The pick is in.
The Charlotte Hornets have made a selection in the 2024 NBA draft. I'm Tanisha Batiste, and we're joined by Doug Branson from Locked On Hornets to break down the Hornets selecting Tidjane Saluan with the number 6 pick presented by LinkedIn. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/LockedOnNBA. So, Doug, with Saluan coming from France, Hornets fans may not be familiar with his game, so give him maybe a quick tutorial on the power forward.
Yeah, I don't know how many NBA fans are really, hip to his game. I know a lot of draft people that pay attention to the draft are, because he was a darling of sort of more analytics-focused draft observers. Tidjane Saluan, 6'10", 217, 7'1" wingspan, projects out to be sort of a big defensive wing. Shooting is not necessarily a concern, but it definitely has to develop. He showed some stronger signs, I think, in the latter half of his last season for Charlotte Basket, that shooting was starting to come along, that the range shooting was starting to come along. Decent free throw shooter, I think 82%, almost 83% from the line. So that projects well for his shooting. This is a big wing project that very raw, but if he puts on a lot of weight, I mean, you could be talking a guy that sort of maps out physically, at least, like a Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow, high praise for Saluan. Now, with Miles Bridges, Grant Williams still presently on the roster, where do you see Saluan fitting in at the 4?
Yeah, I think if they don't re-sign Miles, there will definitely be an opportunity to play, particularly for a team that I don't think sees itself really even contending for a play-in spot. Certainly not next season, but maybe even extending a little bit further down the line. So, yeah, I mean, you lose P.J. Washington at the trade deadline as well. So there is absolutely room at the forward position for him to get playing time. I think the big question will be, how ready is he to play? I think this is going to be a big test for a new front office and a new coaching staff helmed by Charles Lee. That part of the reason Charles Lee was hired was because of player development. This is going to be a huge test for that player development right off the jump. Can they get this guy ready as soon as possible to contribute? I look at a guy like Bilal Koulibaly last year, also from France, who a lot of people thought, hey, that guy was drafted a little higher than a lot of people were thinking. Is he going to be able to contribute? He got a lot of minutes for Washington and was able to do some very interesting things that I think surprised a lot of people. I don't think Saluan is going to come out of the jump and be like a Rookie of the Year contender by any stretch, but I think he absolutely can contribute to the Hornets next season.
For more on the Hornets, subscribe to Locked On Hornets on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And for more on Tidjane Saluan, let's get an inside look on his path to the NBA.
Tidjane Saluan played at Cholet Basket in France and is a hot topic in draft circles, and deservedly so, as he might have the most potential in the NBA draft. I'm Leif Tulin of the Locked On NBA Big Board, and here's what's to know about Tidjane. He's a 6'9", 205-pound wing who's only 18 years old and has played his best basketball late into the season and into the playoffs, leading Cholet to an upset quarterfinal win, hitting big shot after big shot to score 19 points in a playoff game. He averaged 10 points and 4 boards on the season, but just one look at the film and you're quickly convinced of his ability to translate to and eventually thrive in the modern NBA, because he's huge, plays with tremendous hustle, and his shot inspires faith despite decent shooting numbers. Another thing I love about Saluan is he does not shy away from the moment, as many youngsters and growing shooters do, and he can pair that with the athletic traits that bode well for defensive rebounding as he matures. For more on Tidjane Saluan, listen to Locked On NBA Big Board on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
And for continuing coverage of the 2024 NBA Draft, subscribe to Locked On NBA on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.